Welcome back to Say a Lot, all of my beginner and seasonal gardeners. This is what we're going to be talking about probably for the next couple of months. I'm not going to be doing any recipes. Well, maybe I will. But I just wanted to show you what, after doing gardening for, this is my fourth season, what your garden area may look like. The pots and other things that are on the porch that you may need to use. I guess I keep that old grill just because I like to hold things on the top. I'll usually bring some house plants and set that on. But there's going to be a lot of work, a lot of cleanup to get it to where it's going to look relaxing for me to come out and work in my garden. I do everything in pots. I've already gotten started with some onions and some celery and some green pepper. These two are my compost bin. The white top is ready to go, and the blue top or green, whatever color you see, is actually going to be for late summer. And I just kind of alternate and just keep composting basically all year long. I've got my wash water so that I can clean my tables. I have two more tables that I use. I have a lot of pots that I'm going to need to clean to get ready for this season. But spring just kind of just came in real fast. It went from hot to cold very quickly. And maybe on this same video, I may plant these two tomato plants. You know, there's three ways to grow. One is from seed. You can grow from already what we call a seedling, a plant that's young, that's already grown up from a seed, or actually from the grocery store. And that's how I actually came upon having this onion plant. And these three, this one didn't make it for whatever reason. I'm thinking it may have gotten too much water. So I'm going to add soil to these two plants just to give them a better opportunity. This is a celery plant from grocery store celery from last year. I thought it died off because I tried to overwinter the plant by growing it all winter, and I cut off some of the stalks, and I thought it died, but it popped back up. This is my small green pepper plant, and this was a larger green pepper plant. I thought it was done for, but it's actually coming back too. I'm going to go ahead and trim off all the dead parts and get this area cleaned up. But I do want to tell you about an amazing story. One day I came out, because I usually, when I hear people outside cutting their yard and things like that, I'll come on out and do my yard work because I don't like to be out there alone for some reason. So I have a wheelbarrow that I was going to use. In this area that was full of leaves. I had already finished the front yard, so I was going to work on this area. And my neighbors were out, and they were cutting down a tree. And there was like 10 people, but they were carrying the logs by hand. So I just went ahead and offered them the wheelbarrow so they can get done a little bit faster. And there was like 5 ladies too. So I didn't want them to have to overwork themselves carrying those logs, although they were cut to the sides where they were carrying, but they looked like they were kind of struggling. And so I gave that to them. And when I was picking up the leaves in this area, one of the young ladies was sent over to help me. And I was so happy, you know, I was surprised because I didn't expect anything. And she helped me get the leaves up in this area, and we got those up pretty quickly. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start trying to clear my fence. So I started in this area and went around, you know, in part of the back. But they came and helped me, and we cleared the whole fence in one day. And this is the brush. It's kind of down a little bit and dried out because it was just about a month and a half ago. But all of this was, they helped me cut all of this down until I told them, no more, let's go ahead and stop, because, you know, it was evening. I was tired. I know they had to be tired, although I am in my 60s and they were, young folks. But I was so happy. This right here was full of leaves. They cut it down. Even a lot of the brush that was on the side of my other, I guess, outhouse, not outhouse, but like a barn or storage area, that was cut down. They helped me out by clearing all this area, which was just totally filled over. And this was a board that I had put up against this shed. Oh, that's the name of it, a shed. This shed where my son used to practice BB gun shooting, and so we had put this board up. It's been up for years. I found that that had a hole in it, but I did look down and see that there's no hole in the shed, but there is a tunnel. So there's probably one of the groundhogs living under the shed. This whole area was completely cleared. And just to show you basically how actually long this fence area is, we didn't cut down everything, but it was so much that was actually removed. I guess you can see by the debris that's left over. Oh, there was a bug on my face. That's the slapping sound you heard. And this flowery bush, we trimmed up to make it smaller and then took some off the top. And it was such a big help for me. I promise it would have taken me all season to do all of that work. While we were doing it, one of the young ladies saw this particular plant. And she was so happy when she saw it that she actually Googled, and we transcribed what she wanted to tell me. And it's that this plant is a plant that her mother just loved. And I'm thinking her mother may have been deceased, but I told them they could have this whole middle section. But I really didn't understand how this plant actually operated. There are like little bulbs. I told them they could have the whole middle part because when I cut grass, what I would usually do is cut and try to cut in between. If I haven't, and I have to tie them up. I thought, okay, this is going to make it easier and we'll all be blessed. But they were pulling up bulbs at the bottom. In this small area, there were so many bulbs that she had more than what she needed. So I'll try to look up the plant and give you a picture of it so you can see what it looks like when it flowers. It's like a long stem with a beautiful flower. And I also have some over in that end of the yard, but it's really, really neat. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on cleaning up the patio. Those are some of the branches. I didn't know what else to do with them, so I thought I'd just lay them over there just to keep the weeds from growing up in that area. So I'm going to get started, and I'll come back and we'll plant those tomato plants and be done. Thank you.